him and continually vote him up. So whenever Keemstar pleased, he could be at the top of this website. Though this could be seen as an unfair advantage and even grounds for termination on Battlecamp for some, for the owner of the website, eccentric billionaire Alfie David, it was just some extra promotion. So him and Keemstar became friends very quickly, solidified by Keemstar's new moderator status on Battlecamp. And with this power, one could liberally put channels on a lower position or put them in the front of the line, which is known as starting support. So one night, Keemstar hopped on Battlecamp and was started, so he appeared in the front of the line, which made him seem like he was using his mod powers. What he quickly deduced he was starting him via the chat members flinging various Italian-based racial slurs towards them. These messages also included the name of another moderator known as Alex. If it isn't obvious already, this led to arguably the most infamous clip on Keemstar on the internet. Because while frustrated, he won a Blog TV to prove he wasn't abusing his moderator powers by showing he wasn't touching the keyboard and putting his hands up, and also called Alex that one racial slur that trumps all others, while also encouraging his viewers to repeat it in the chat.
I'm okay. Fuck this. I'm on Blog TV with my fucking hands up. I'm not starting my fucking self. You fucking stupid bitch. This stupid fucking justice, fucking righteous fucking Alex is doing this shit. You fucking, I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna find out. Yo, everybody type in the chat, Alex, stupid. Just type in the chat, Alex, stupid. Fuck it.
At first, this clip was well received as an effective attack on Alex, but as the internet changed, so did the people's perspectives on it. But that's not until much later. Fuck the Fans was an equally controversial clip making its rounds through 2010 YouTube that also shined a not-so-favorable light on Keemstar.
I think it's funny. I've been laughing the last hour that your mom died of cancer. I don't give a fuck about any of you. I am in this for your money and your money only. That's all I care about. Alright? I only do this show for money. That's it. Alright? I don't do it to entertain people. That's just a fucking scam. I don't give a fuck about any of you. I really hope you die of cancer. I hate every single one of you. Fuck the fans. No sarcasm. No joking. Fuck the fans. Thank you. I see there's a lot of debate. No, is he joking? Is he being sarcastic? Whatever. Of course I'm joking. You know what I mean? Like, cancer is a horrible thing. But it's not horrible enough. What I really mean is I hope you get cancer, and I hope you fucking live the last fucking month of your life every single day, gasping for a breath of air and living with the worst, horrible fucking pain of your life. For the last fucking time. Fuck the fans!
There are a few things that make Keemstar's frustration a bit more understandable in this situation. With the popularity of Keemstar's trolling content, as seen by the over 600 confirmed viewers on his livestream, fans joined his game and effectively ruined his trolling as they were in on the joke. Keemstar also later states that this was a character called Evil Keemstar, where he talks down to the fans who states were in on the joke. But this is most likely a farce, as he still says in the clip, no joking, no sarcasm, fuck the fans. This theory is reinforced by a lesser-known follow-up clip where Keemstar addresses his outburst.
Just sit in front of this computer. But I do spend a lot of time on this show. It's ruined. So, I'm really sorry I said all that shit, but I almost mean it. I almost wish that, that's it.
So why would Keemstar be sorry if the viewers knew he was joking? He seemingly also made a channel 2 days later called Fuck the Fans, serving the purpose of opening fan mail. So whether you believe it was an annoyed Keemstar improperly remembering this event, or that he was actually playing a character and did not mean the things that he said is up to you. The point of focusing on a rant with seemingly little significance is that it'll later be mentioned in the video. And this also highlights another difficulty in continuing his traditional trolling content. Not only were his fans especially joining his game and ruining his content while he was getting his Xbox accounts perpetually banned, his YouTube channels were also under attack. It was time for a change. If he wanted to continue to succeed, he needed something else, something bigger. And that opportunity came with the pre-release of a small indie game known as Minecraft. Before Minecraft sparked the change of Let's Play culture and effectively launched hundreds of YouTubers' careers, it was a PC-exclusive game where those with consoles as their primary gaming system could only hope to have it available to them one day, and had to experience it through exponentially increasing videos covering it on YouTube. And with any given format, genre, or artist's success, there will always be clones filling the demands where the original failed too. An example of this was Fortress Craft, a Minecraft-esque game in development that was to be released on Xbox 360. But what it lacked was promotion, which is where Keemstar came in. He knew that there was a demand that needed to be met, and that he could act as the propelling marketing force to sell this game, to which he contacted the developers and offered to promote their game for ownership of half of their company, which the developers declined.
Okay, they're going with the
That's
pitch and
when
wedge here.
Keemstar offered them a 24-hour period of promotion
forward
to
to see
show
what we
the
do here.
effectiveness of his influence, and uploaded a Fortress Craft trailer on his Halo Eagles channel that got a little over 72,000 views in each time. And through his Twitter, he was able to get other gaming platforms covered as well. The developer was so impressed at Keemstar's performance, he offered him 30% of Fortress Craft continued promotion, which Keemstar agreed to.
Now, took another game and ripped it off and made Minecraft.
All right, let's see
Talk
what she
shit
does
about my
off the
fucking
tee
game,
here.
Fortress Craft, saying it's a ripoff and that Fortress Craft can go suck a fucking dick.
The end result was Fortress Craft selling an estimated 2 million copies. So it's safe to say that Keemstar made over $1 million from this deal. This was money that he needed desperately after a massive drop in revenue because he was unable to continue his trolling content. The problem was that Microsoft pays quarterly, which meant that he was anticipating a check in June, while in March. So in 2 months, this got
Going
all
with
the
the
more
pitching
serious
wedge.
when the developer of Fortress Craft failed to fill out paperwork in time, which meant that Keemstar's life-changing money was delayed by another couple months.
All right, and
But
he's
Keemstar still
dealing
kept
with a
active
green
and
side
found other
rough
ventures to
situation.
keep him busy in the meantime. That's where Alfie David and the Billionaires Challenge comes in. A what was announced to be pay-per-view event that pitted several Call of Duty
Oh my
YouTubers
goodness, that
against
almost
each other
went down.
to raise money for charity. An event that was helped put together by Keemstar that
He's
started
in the
in
green
late
side
2011,
beach here.
which
Let's
at
see
its peak
what
got an
happens.
alleged 100,000 concurrent viewers. The high turnout does not translate to the event being a complete success, as the technical quality and the general organization left a general air of awkwardness throughout the production, which as you'd expect for a first-time
She's in
production
the
like
bunker
this.
here. Let's see
But
what
the next
happens.
one substantially improved on this, though it was controversial for its own reasons. Still,
Well,
it
she's in the
provided
sand
Keemstar
here
with more
now.
experience
Let's
and
check it out.
networking opportunities. Though he didn't make more friends, he did not make the money which he desperately needed, as he was now struggling financially to the point where he and his family were being threatened with an eviction from their apartment. It was so bad that he was in talks with his previous job at the attorney's office to come
Good
back.
luck here. I
But
would
that's when another
love to see
opportunity
you sink
was
this one.
presented
It's
to
a
him
big
at
one.
just the right moment. An owner of a YouTube network contacted him and offered him deals similar to the one he made with the developers of Fortress Craft. And that was, you promote our network and we'll give you 50% of the revenue. They would even call it the Keemstar Network. On the surface, it sounds like a great deal. But when you get into the terms of how they wanted it promoted, it gets a bit suspicious. This network offered to partner anyone
This
and
next
showcase
putt
videos
is
on
a
the
par
channel
putt
so
for him.
long as they got a $50
I
deposit
think this
as
putt's going to
insurance
break
to
to the
deter any
right.
trolls, or so they say. But Keemstar needing the money and riding on the high of his success with Fortress Craft, gladly accepted and began promoting his network and immediately got around 50 people to a list. But also, just as that, got an email from Game Station that sent Keemstar
Here's a
into
putt
panic.
for
Game
19
Station, later
feet.
known as Maker,
And
is the
this
network
putt's
that
moving
partnered
to
his
the
main
left
channel,
and up
Halo
the
Eagles.
hill.
But that was no longer the case, as they stated that Keem, taking these deposits, broke YouTube's terms of service, and Keem's channel was no longer partnered. To attempt to fix the situation, Keem immediately deleted the video, but by then, it was too late. It didn't take long for Keem's channel to be banned, and and for his reputation to seem well built. The both more ways to make a man.
They're setting this one up quite a ways from the hole. Let's see how they deal with it.
That the guy he was in talks with about the Keemstar network actually purchased and hacked multi-channel network through illegal means. If it wasn't before, it was now more than ever apparent that it was a complete scam that Keemstar fell for. To make matters worse, this person was also in charge of the PayPal Keem's viewers were throwing money into. So try as he might, he wouldn't be able to refund those who put money into the scam as he did not have the transaction history. And because Keem already soured his reputation as a troll, it made it hard to believe that he wasn't in on the scheme. So now, not only was he still struggling financially, he lost one of his key sources of revenue. Beyond that, he lost a channel that he was working on building for over a year now, and all he could do at this point was wait for the Fortress Craft money to come in. Sustaining himself with money he recently borrowed.
Oh, come on, be nice.
But shortly after this loss, he gained a lot.
6 feet to go here.
Money had finally come in. So seemingly overnight, he went from pinching pennies and nearly getting evicted to becoming a millionaire. This bird is free of new purchases like a new house and a new car that he paid for in cash.
If this one drops, that's for triple bogey.
But even then, with all these new toys and more money that he needs to do with, there was still a lingering feeling of defeat and the loss that came from it. Not necessarily in the sense of losing, but more so as he was unaware of what to do with his life. So as Keemstar does, he found purpose and began planning a new endeavor. One that required a sort of partner to help him with the workload, and the most important part, the entertainment. He never found it, but he did find Only Use Me Blade, a Call of Duty commentary channel with around 500,000 subscribers at the time, who was quite influential in his own right. Keem had a personal interest in him because while he was from the game community like Keem, his commentaries, through Keem's eyes, had thought-provoking topics outside of talking about his day or the gameplay on screen as you'd expect from a typical Call of Duty commentator. This project was a podcast. So thrown into the mix of shaping this podcast was Keem's recent addiction to Painkiller Already, a popular gaming podcast that, while it is gaming-themed, discussed a variety of topics. This gave us a bit of insight into how he envisioned his podcast and, in a sense, the future of his presence online. And after much pestering, Keemstar convinced Blade to co-host a new podcast with him. While Keemstar did all the editing and channel management, their split of the earnings was still 50-50, as that is what it took to get Blade on board. So on June 27, 2012, the Badford Show YouTube channel was established and took a little over a week to nearly 10,000 subscribers, mainly through promotion.
Alrighty, let's see what she does here on this one.
Halo A-Holes was banned for promoting a scam. He still had many other channels to advertise with. And just like PKA, Painkiller Already, the Bad Kid Show was a success. And to go back on PKA's influence on the show and Keemstar, what Keem seemed to be inching to more and more was entertainment based largely around personality, more so than the content, and also a way to create a fluid audience. One that would not just follow Keemstar for his trolling content or his combativeness on Battlecam, but rather to follow him as a person. This is what the Bad Kid Show was. It was not only focused on gaming, but also to get a different, not always aggressive side of Keemstar's personality out there. And with Blade being a relaxed character, in contrast to Keem's aggression, but similar in his interests, made Blade a great host for the podcast. But Keem still wanted more out of it, and he finally found out what that something more was when he flew out Blade and fellow YouTube and high school friend Scott Kid Martin as cameraman to record the most memorable of Keemstar's songs, Dollar in the Woods, that include popular lines such as While they were all centralized at one location, Keemstar with season tickets to the Bills game took the opportunity to film a podcast while tailgating. While this episode performed just as well as any other, Blade and Keemstar saw more to it. This episode to them was potential. That's when Blade pitched the idea to continue this in-person format to improve the quality and develop an online reality TV show feeling to it.
Yesterday, when we went to Six Flags, and we went around, went on different rides, maybe interviewed people I wanted to interview, and just posted up whenever we felt the need to post up, and just talk and do whatever. I think that would be amazing if we could do that And really so.
Here's the
Look at
thing.
that. He
All right,
gets
you know
it
I've been
to
dumping a lot of
drop.
money in this
Yeah,
project.
and
Nice
Keith
little
started
chip shot.
honestly like
Okay,
Keith started
let's
dumping
do
money
this.
into this,
13
like
feet.
everything that's having to do with.
But
This
the
one's, I
reason,
think, going
the
left to
reason
right.
why I dump money in it is because I believe in it. Here's the thing. We need to somehow make this profitable. I shouldn't even say profitable. I just want to cover the cost.
Sustainability.
I'm set for life with the things I'm doing.
With Keith gladly accepting, as during PAX West in Seattle,
Almost in
which
there.
was conveniently where Blaze was located, they packed up Blaze commodities
And this will be
and
their
drove
attempt
from Seattle
at a
to
birdie.
Keith's home city of Buffalo. There, they began producing more podcast episodes. But just like many of Keith's previous projects, this cast knocked them
5
new
feet to the
rail
cup
in
from
its
here.
working future plans on YouTube. As for how, that can be explained by a quick look at the Back to Show channel. Well, that be if it was still available. As
Oh,
last and
par.
month after recording the
Slipped through our
tailgate podcast
fingers there.
episode
No
and
good.
continued further in the development of his channel,
All right,
it
now
was
let's rip
already
out the
banned.
scorecard,
As
see
for
what that's
YouTube's
saying.
rules that you're not allowed
And you
to
are
animate
sitting
or
at 4
circumvent
over
the
on
ban
the
by creating
round.
an alternate channel. But Keemstar, unlike band, did what he's always done, and that was bannovate some more. This time creating the Bad Kids Show podcast channel, not to be confused with the now banned Bad Kids Show. Though this channel still hosted old and new podcast episodes, it branched out a bit in the form of live streams that were truly only brought on
Here
through
she
Keemstar's new
goes.
hobby, #DramaAlert, where he discussed the various dramas happening mostly in the Call of Duty community. Initially, this was mostly done as a joke, but that changed when Keemstar started shoutcasting some concerning tweets that the then famous, but now infamous, content creator Wings of Redemption was putting out. And while doing so, Wings and many others requested to join the call and did so, bringing the drama from
Okay,
Twitter to a
let's
live
smash
stream
this one
format
out there.
that was left up as a video for the fans of the Bad Kids podcast to view.
So, you know, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you know that I'm always on top of all the drama that goes on between commentators and all that. And I do this series on Twitter called Drama Alert, brought to you by PGA Teamstar. This is where it gets good. He says, I've got a load of guns all across the door, and if I decide to kill myself, I'm taking you with me. See that?
And she's looking at about 190 yards to the pin.
Is that really what he said? Like, could that be like?
No, that's the exact same one that he looked at. That's the real one. That's the real one, because that's how Pepper should do. It's the same exact picture.
Man, you know you can't say that. You can't even like think that out loud. You can't even like say that shit like something happened.
All right,
That
here he comes out of the
is
deep rough.
insane. Absolutely.
Let's see how he
insane.
deals with it.
Wings wants in. Wings is saying that he wants. If you're just tuning in, we have Wings of Redemption. We have Woody here. We have Only Use Me Blade, DJ Keemstar, Scott Gilmarin. On the phone on Skype, we have White Boy 7th Street and Duranger. And we're just
And this
basically
one's coming out of the rough, and I don't know if it's going to make it.
some big drama that's been going on
From the
Twitter
Pine
tonight.
Straw.
Now, Alfred Stewart is saying to Wings that he's turning you in to the FBI wings for his family. What are your thoughts on
My thoughts are what Winnie's doing was laughing. However, what Keemstar did not anticipate was the high rates of traffic towards this drama-laden video, which we can estimate by the number of likes, past
Get out of
over
that tree.
100,000 views within a few days of it being streamed. Wasting no time,
All right, setting up
he
in the
uploaded
pine straw
another
here.
similar stream
This could
the
get-
following day,
could get
going
dicey.
under the same format of #drama. These activities were also inspired
And,
by the
yeah,
2012
wound up back in the rough,
TV series,
unfortunately.
Newsroom, where news anchor breaks his unopinionated mold
Got a little
and
fetched
inserts
up
his
out of the rough
rationality
here.
into
Not
the
sure it's going to
stories
make
being
it.
shown, which was how
This shot's
Keemstar
about
was formatting his
75 yards to the
drama
pin.
tweets on Twitter. But now, with his discovery of this new successful format, he decided it was time to dedicate a channel to it. And luckily, he still had a few to spare, so he settled on ex-DJ Keemstar, a channel created back in 2009 to host the very first.
Well, you're not going to hit every
drama
green
alert
today.
episode.
That's all right.
This channel was shared with his typical giveaways to boost channel growth and video game-related content. It wasn't until about 2 months later that he fully dedicated his channel to this new content style and even changed the name to #DramaAlertNation. With this, he unofficially dedicated himself to daily uploads that got on average 15,000 views. That's not bad, considering he was still restricting himself to covering drama exclusively in the gaming community. Also, while these uploads were short and fast, they competed with his podcast. And while this channel's attention was fully directed towards drama alert videos, the history of it muddied the waters and didn't completely set a straight tone for what content one would expect from this channel. Sure, it was recently changed to these new drama alert themed videos, but previously it had many opinionated videos covering a variety of topics, and without a strong, prominent content style, it can be difficult to accumulate viewers on any given channel, which beyond getting his channels repeatedly banned is the reason he had so many of them. They were for experimentation, a sort of Darwinism approach to content creation that the most successful creators follow, where the viewers guide their content style. And for that reason, on December 19, 2012, the Drama Alert Nation YouTube channel was established to host nothing but drama alerts from the get-go.
What's up, Drama Alert Nation? I'm your host, DJ Keemstar. Let's get right into the news. Today's story is about Green Goblin immediately.
This channel's video started outperforming
This
any
one's
other
going
content
hard
style
to
that
the right.
Keem has ever produced. With his daily Drama Alert videos averaging 30,000 views in 2 weeks' time, he was already at 500,000 total views on his channel with a total of 24,000 subscribers. He also expanded his
that was
operation
almost
to a dedicated Twitter and Reddit. And
All
with
right,
the
they need
start
this
of
one to save their pot.
2013, with the new year, Keemstar made a new channel for both Drama Alert and the Bad Kids podcast, but not by choice, as he'd find out that someone was mad supporting his channels.
Okay, this is
and
what he has
again
left to
got it down.
save the pot.
From Drama Alert to his personal channels that were primarily used to archive videos of his family, Alpico was back to the labels that promoted his scam over a year ago. But this new Drama Alert channel grew.
And with
It
that, your
allegedly got
round is
10,000
over.
subscribers in 2 days'
All
time.
right, we're
But
done
they
here,
don't
and at the
really
end of the day, you wound
Unlike
up at
before,
8 over
these
par.
first channels at least took a few months
And
to
with
create.
that, I must go. I
Immediately.
yeah,
So
learned
he couldn't
something
rely on his previous
thing that I
bandmation
haven't
tactics
yet,
of creating new
so
channels,
see you
as to
next
do so would mean he would have to create several new channels a month just to operate on YouTube. But Keem really wanted to reach his sought potential. He knew this was an issue that had to be solved in an efficient capacity. So Keemstar built another team of people to try to get Halo Ables unbanned. And after several months of trying, and 4 Drama Alert channels hitting 100,000 subscribers and getting banned, his team was finally able to make some progress with YouTube and have Halo Ables unbanned, as they were able to convince YouTube of Keemstar's ignorance of the scam. So during April of 2013, with this nostalgic freedom being reobtained, Keemstar revitalized many of his former projects through his new channels, like the Bad Kid Cast channel for his podcast, the Drama Alert channel for his new stories, and even got back in trolling with the creation of the channel Killer Keemstar. Beyond his personal channels, Keem also focused on various other projects that he knew would bring him a large sum of money, like his establishment of an esports team and his promotion of Andrew T from the developers of Fortress Grand. Andrew T is a game where you make tea. Though it sounds simple, the challenge is similar to flash games such as Swamp, where all you need to do is run. The true objective in these games is to master the complicated controls to perform a simple task, and seeing larger content creators go over and over at something that looks comically simple makes for an entertaining video and therefore creates more promotion. Enough so that large content creators like PewDiePie played it and introduced it to millions, therefore helping line Keemstar's pockets. But what seemed to be a war long won by Keemstar made it very clear it wasn't during March of 2014, as there was another wave of bans. Though his channel, Halo A-Holes, was restored, the many other channels that were banned by proxy of it being originally banned were not. So an unidentified party reported Keemstar's other banned channels, and through a paradoxical twist of events, Keemstar's channels were banned. So to explain it in a poor and complex manner, Keemstar's new channels were banned because his other channels that got banned through his association of Halo A-Holes were still banned. But Halo A-Holes was unbanned, so now it was the reverse, headed by the consistently inconsistent mess that makes up YouTube headquarters. But it's no secret that Keemstar still exists on the platform today, and his next channel would be the final and current one that you can find on YouTube right now, and that's due to
And
Freedom,
let's see
the YouTube
what you
network
do
that
off the
he
tee
partnered
here.
with. In collaboration, they were able to find a simple loophole in his ban, and that was while Keemstar is banned from owning a channel and practically managing it in any way, he was not banned from appearing in a video. So for that reason, he made a friend make the final Drama Alert channel on June 6, 2014, which was almost immediately banned. That's when his network stepped in and wrote YouTube a lengthy email
That
and had his
sounded
channel
good.
returned to him in about 2 days' time. The reason of the
That
time is
distance
significant
dialed
is
in on
because
that one,
when he
pin
was
high.
discovered, it took months to
And
over a
here's
year
his
to
second
get anywhere
shot.
with YouTube. The new Drama Alert, which is literally what the channel is called as seen by the URL, practically took off where the previous banned Drama Alert channel left off, with Keen now getting on average 100,000 views per video. Still focused on drama mostly centered around the gaming community, was having massive
Oh,
success
man, that
with his
almost
seemingly
went.
largest problem solved. And yes, it is true that Keemstar found his optimal form of content, but with any content style, there is always room for small optimizations that can improve the content largely. And this difference can be seen between
Here's what you're
2014
dealing
and
with for
2015
birdie.
Drama Alert. To paint a picture of 2014 Drama Alert, Keemstar was building a small team to help run the show, which mostly helped gather information and research potential stories. This help came in the form of fans asking if they could be part of the team. And because it was such a common occurrence, Team often accepted their help as a chance to view how well they performed. Most people got off, as Team Pro standards did a
He's got
very
about a
poor
3-footer
job.
here.
But there were a few diamonds in the rough that did such a phenomenal job
And
that
after
Team
that one,
brought them
you
on
sit
as
at
paid
1 under
employees.
par.
Beyond having extra
Okay,
help,
second
it
hole
was
of this
important
matchup.
that these people and their research and the stories they brought to Keem needed to be extremely accurate, or Keem could potentially face a backlash of slandering someone. Only made worse if the false information and or accusation is severe. Anyhow, many of Keem's stories in 2014, while moderately entertaining, lacked much focus, energy, and contextual information that would bring viewers to his channel over time. And while the main focus
Good
was
job.
gaming entertainment, it also branched out to other stories
Here we
ranging
go.
from
Let's see what this
strangely
guy
charging
does.
politics on Facebook to random content creators' dramas and updates. But Keem's main need in most videos relied on reading tweets of people arguing back and forth on Twitter, with many of these stories lacking much impact at all.
Okay, this one's around 90 yards out. And you want
That's to
this
say
one
that
to
though
stick
Keemstar
nice
pulled
on that
much
green.
drama
Bit of a
from these
down
people in the
slope where
gaming
we want to land
community,
this.
their main form of content was relatively drama-free, so many days there wasn't much crazy or wild news that could pull a large amount of viewers. But if you
Oh,
could
this
build
one
an
might be
ongoing
air
story
mailing the
and switch it up
green.
for several videos, it
And
could
there's
garner
not a lot
much
of ball
views.
showing
This is
in
exemplified
here.
through
This
his
is the
coverage
deep rough.
of
Let's see
Lizard
how he
Squad.
does. The hacking group that, among many other things, took down the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live, and those curious on why they couldn't play online might search YouTube for an answer. And what they find is Keemstar interviewing a member of the group, with them explaining all the services they took down and will continue to hack. And they did. Both Xbox Live and PlayStation Network were taken down several times in the last 2 months of 2014. As a result, Keemstar covered them about 21 times in that time period And
by
from this
conducting further
incredible
interviews.
distance,
Releasing news on their hacked
it's
targets,
going to be interesting to see
covering
what he
Finest Group,
pulls
which
out
is
here.
another hacking group that opposed Lizard
Like a
Squad,
right to left
and
break.
for a moment, Keem also got hacked by Lizard Squad themselves. This constant coverage and also extraction of information via interviews made this a successful long-running
The only
story
thing
on
left to do
his
is
channel,
sink this putt
reflected by the
and get your
hundreds of
par.
thousands of views he
This
got on
one
video
just has a
by the
little
end
tiny
of the year.
break to the right, I
This
think.
helps mark our transition to 2015, both for the new year and in refocusing on new style. As the year progressed, Keemstar focused
And in the cup for your par, that'll do.
community.
He's
Most
got 3
likely due
feet
to
to
the
go.
fact that when he did, the
And there we
videos
go.
usually did not get as
And
much
you
traction
are
as a video
1
focusing on
under
intense
after that one.
content creator drama.
Final
This is
hole of
shown
this
clearly
contest
by
coming
the
up.
3 videos uploaded back-to-back covering Call of Duty Champs, which was a $1 million prize championship held back in 2015. These are some, if not the least viewed videos for that year. Also, they were uploaded at the tail end of March, which, interestingly enough,
Ooh,
the
off the
possibly
down
most
slope.
viewed
Watch
videos
this
for
one run.
2015 were
Good shot.
uploaded less than a month later. These would undoubtedly change
He's ready to
Drama
tee
forever,
off.
as
Let's
they
see
have
what
helped
happens here
retain
with him.
very dramatic and hot topics. But they also brought much negative attention towards Keemstar for reporting it in what some might consider a highly deceptive and dishonest matter. But before we get into that, we must cover what these videos even
We're
are
looking at
and
an
the
elevated
origin
green
of
on the
them.
approach here.
To start, these practically all began from this now deleted Reddit post that can be reviewed through websites that archive such things.
What Poster claims is that Bachelors, a Minecraft content creator on the line, was arrested in 2004 for unlawful transactions.
This approach is
with a
heading
minor.
right at the
The
pin.
source, BostonMustangs.com. As Keane
He
usually
has
does, when he's given such
115 yards to the pin.
information,
Let's see what
he
happens.
contacted the other party, Bachelors, about these accusations before going public with them. But he was not the only one, as his continuing making them. And after denying these accusations when questioned by Keane, Bachelors
Okay,
story
here we
by
go.
uploading a
Have fun with
46-minute
this
long
putt.
video recounting his life
Oh man,
story
this
and
one's
the arrest
breaking
that
pretty hard
happened
to the
back
left.
in 2004. He alleges that he was friendly with his friend's sister that was 15 years old at the time, and the
That's
parents
well done
got
from there.
suspicious
Maybe we'll get
about
the next one to
Bachelor,
go.
who was, as Bachelor claims,
This
18
putt's
at
about
the time,
14
and their
feet
parents
out.
got a bit suspicious
Looks like
about
this
it.
one's taking a
Bachelor,
break to
who
the
claimed he
left.
was 18 at the time, was exchanging sexually charged messages with her. The parents of the 15-year-old found
Oh,
out
it's
that led
going
to a
right.
series of events where he was
8
charged
feet to the
with,
cup.
as seen from BuzzandMugshots.com, an unlawful transaction with a minor. Throughout the story, Bachelor
And sealing your round with a putt.
But there were those
And he's
that
going
were
to end his
dissatisfied
round with
the
the
story,
par.
namely Keemstar.
Congratulations, you have wound up the winner of this 3-hole challenge. Well, that's just about it for me here today. Hopefully you had a decent amount of fun. Scratch that, hopefully you had a whole lot of fun. I hope that's for you. Thanks again.
Not
See you
just
soon.
against Keane, but practically anyone that makes it through Bachelor's story was that he be told this in his 46-year-old video just makes Keane more and more aggressive. And though there were rumors threats of a lawsuit, Keane kept prodding at Bachelor's weakness and finally got the reaction he wanted. After all, without Keemstar, he most likely would not have gotten to this point, and Keane wouldn't have screamed the story out of him.
Guys, it's me. I'm done. I'm so freaking tired of it. I'm like going